Hi, everyone. Welcome to the show. It is our final Hickson Diaries live show because as of next week, we will be having a new name for our show. We're going to be talking about the contest, and the winner of our contest has been chosen as by you. Also, later on, we're going to talk about some American Thanksgiving customs and staples, give you guys a little bit of education. And we're going to watch some Brits try Thanksgiving dinner for the first time. I think that will be kind of fun. I'm interested to see how that goes. And we're going to check in with the community and what their thoughts are about Thanksgiving holiday. It's going to be a great show. It's going to be fun. It's going to be relaxed. It's going to be chill. It's going to be chill. I'm telling myself it's going to be chill. Yeah, so welcome everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. If you could please like this video and the stream, and if you are so inclined, share it with other people so they know we're live. That would be awesome. It helps us out a lot. And we can use all the help we can get because YouTube views across the board are plummeting. We're doing pretty good considering, but it's just, I don't know, social media's just been taking a toll in general lately. So any help that you could give us would be great. Thank you. And if you're listening, you just want to listen along, that's fine. We appreciate that. That helps us as well. But if you are interested in interacting and participating a little bit more, you're one of those kind of pantomime lovers where you like to, get involved, that's awesome as well. So make sure that if you are one of those people, that you're sending in your comments and your chats and your questions, concerns, or anything that anything you want, really, with respect, of course. And we'll read them through as we go along. Thank you guys so much for being here, as always. I'm going to go ahead and get started because we actually have a lot of stuff to do, but I'm going to be checking in with the community throughout. So I know that there's a few people here. Thank you, Chris, for joining us, Falco for joining us, Roy Cousins for joining us, Manny M for joining us, Sean MC for joining us. Wow, we got lots of people so far already. Thank you. Appreciate it. I know you guys are so excited about celebrating Thanksgiving, right? That's why you're joining, right? Also, please forgive my appearance. We're going to be doing, I didn't want to do the bright light for the ring light today. So we're using the regular light in the room, and it's a bit echoey because we're changing things around here in the office. And I also, I didn't want to use the light because I actually have something funky in my eye. I'm not sure what it is, but it's a little bit swollen and sore. So I apologize for my appearance. But the glasses are actually ride right on, like the rim of it actually kind of weighs kind of heavy on it, and it's making it a little bit sore. So I'm going to do my best to do this without glasses. So bear with me if I'm like squinting to try to read my stuff. First things first, though, we have some business to take care of, okay? We have to announce our contest winner. So for those of you who don't know, for the past month or so, we've been having a contest to give the community an opportunity to create a name for our live stream. So we had a bunch of people submit suggestions. Thank you all for that, for your creativity and your participation and just wanting to be a part of it. The best part about this community is how you guys all want to jump in and be a part of it and just put your mark on it as well, which I love. So we narrowed it down to 5 finalists, and then we left it up to the community and our friends to vote. And you guys were pretty clear. Just as a reminder, the 5 finalists were, now I'm going to have trouble finding it because I'm clicking on the wrong stuff. The 5 finalists were Mandy's Hop Across the Pond, Shandy and Brandy with Mandy. The next show will be better. She Talks, We Listen, And I always forget the last one. But there's our winner because I'm a loser. Classes, cultures. And as you can see by our poll, 55% of the people who voted chose the next show will be better. I don't know if the gentleman who sent this in, if the person who sent this in, I don't want to be disrespectful in any way or make assumptions in any way, but the person who sent this in was trolling or just doing it for a silly laugh or whatever, but it definitely resonated with the community, which makes sense because we're all a bit self-deprecating and we like to laugh at ourselves and make fun of ourselves. So, and you all know that I'm a complete newbie and I am definitely not a pro at all when it comes to live streaming or vlogging or running a YouTube channel, and I'm learning as I go. So I actually think it's pretty apt, and it was one of my favorites. So I do have to admit, I do enjoy that name very much so. So congratulations to Kurt Abento for suggesting the next episode will be better. The only reason we changed it to the next show will be better is because there's actually a podcast on Spotify that's called The Next Episode Will Be Better. So we don't want to obviously get into any copyright issues. So we changed it up a little bit. But that will be it. It'll be The Next Show Will Be Better. Congratulations again. I hope you're listening, but if you're not, don't worry. We will reach out to you through email and let you know that you've won and send you your voucher. And thank you for participating and for submitting that amazing suggestion. And obviously, a lot of other people thought it was amazing too. And also a special thanks to everybody that participated at all. I wasn't sure if people were going to participate because it's kind of like a kind of an unusual contest. But you know me, I got to do everything a little bit differently. So but I do appreciate everyone who made suggestions, participated in their voting, all the finalists. Congratulations, because they were really creative and thoughtful. And I appreciate you guys participating and helping me out. And I'm looking forward to the next show. And congratulations to you, Kurt Abento, again. And if you're watching this now, please, put something in the chat just so that we know that you're watching. But if you're not, leave something in the comments or consider joining us live next time. I'd love to hear your thoughts on some of the stuff that we talk about in the future. And that is an open invitation to everybody, not just the contest winner. So thank you. And congratulations, Kurt. I hope we get to talk to you soon. All right. Let's see. Let's say hi. Let's see what's going on. Falco, you do not live there. You're just saying that just to try to get me to say it. Sean! Oh, I'm so sorry that you are not doing well. If you're comfortable with it, let us know how what's going on. But if not, I just hope you get better soon and it's not too serious that that you're in the hospital for a long time. Oh, that's awful, Sean. Oh, shout out, and we have to show that. Shout out to the NHS from Sean MC, who's complimenting his experience. Thank you. I wish you nothing but a speedy recovery, Sean. And thank you for joining us, but I wish it was under better circumstances. But I'm glad that you're doing a little bit better, and I hope you get home soon where you can rest and recover quickly, get back to everything that you enjoy in your life. So sad, but I'm glad that you're doing better. Hello, Bex. How are you? Why am I only in a tiny corner on the screen? Because I'm sharing my screen and I didn't remove it because I'm a newbie to all of this and I'm trying to hide my eye. I'm gonna be like Pirate. I should have got I should have got a pirate thing. I'm not normally a vain person, but like you can see it. It's swollen. You can see the difference. And it's red as well. It's definitely on the outside of my eye. It's not like a sty or anything. And I don't know if I've cut it in my sleep or what. There's not like, I don't know. It's not like it does ooze a little bit though. So it could be like a spot or something, but it's in a really, really, really uncomfortable position. And the glasses like, anyway. You voted for the Shandy one because it had the word brandy in it. I have to say that when I did read that one for the first time, I was like, since I do the show at night, should I turn it into like a drinking show where like I drink throughout? Because that would be interesting because you see me as like the very focused work person as I start the show. And then the more drinks I have, you'll be like, I'll probably, get a lot more looser in certain aspects and then probably pass out by 9:30. But alas, maybe for another night. Oh, hello, AB Photography. Thank you so much for stopping by. And then you guys just rock it. There you go. That's what I got. I just gotta own it. You should see me at work today. I was like the whole time under my glasses. This is awful. Awful. Anyways, let's get off the focus off of my eye. And let's talk about the community poll that I did not pull up because I'm a big loser. So I put out a community poll about Thanksgiving and what your thoughts were in the community about Thanksgiving as a holiday, whether you thought it was something that was, something you would want to celebrate someday. Do you have indifference to it? What do you think it's just a ridiculously American thing, or do you have other thoughts? And to leave your comments. So you guys participated. I have to say, it was 228 votes in about a week. I'm going to pull it up in a second so that y'all can read along with me. Just give me a moment because I suck. Sometimes I thought that like streaming on this platform would be easier, but it's not necessarily because it's got to work only through Chrome. And of course, I have a freaking Mac. So it makes it hard sometimes. To get to the other stuff, you know what I mean? All right, I'm gonna have to just read it to y'all. You didn't have to just deal. You didn't have to just believe me. So 56% of you said, I don't really care. To be honest, that's pretty much what I thought it would be. I pretty much thought that I thought it was going to be much higher. I thought it was going to be like 80 to 90% being like, who cares? For some reason, it's one of those like American things that just doesn't, it seems to rub people the wrong way a bit for some reason. I'm not really sure why. Maybe we'll find out why when we read some of the comments. But 30% of you said it's ridiculously American. 11% of you said, I'd like to celebrate with some Americans someday, which is cool. And 3% of you said, oh, I have thoughts, and left some comments. Let's read some comments. So Chris Shelley says, does the US celebrate bonfire night? Of course not. Why would they? Why do many from the US gasp in shock when they find out that we and many others have no interest in it? That ignorance bubble needs bursting quickly and permanently. Well, I don't disagree with you that there's an ignorance bubble around America, and that a lot of Americans don't think outside their own heads, and so they don't realize that it's not celebrated in every country. However, I wasn't really gasping. I was just curious of what your thoughts were. And it is something that I think originated in America, but I don't think it's exclusive to America. And I don't think that just because we don't celebrate bonfire night doesn't mean that you wouldn't celebrate Thanksgiving, because Thanksgiving isn't necessarily about, like, it's supposed to be about giving thanks and like taking time to appreciate. So that to me is universal. So it's not American, or shouldn't be anyway. Not even all Americans do that. Gerard IR6YK said, as I was born on July 4th, I am very happy on the day. Okay. Excellent. Mrs. Lynn B., who is a longtime contributor to our comment section, is saying, doesn't affect me one way or the other. It's one of your holidays. Families get together to eat, so that's good. Changing the subject a bit, I have not been watching any. Oh, that's a little bit. Has nothing to do with Thanksgiving, so I'll read that later. But she doesn't care either way, basically. Digital Composer 2000. It's something that people celebrate over the pond. I feel like there's at least one or two European countries that might celebrate it too. I'm not 100% sure. I know that I know Canada has a Thanksgiving. I feel like there's a country in South America. I looked this up once, I remember, because someone asked me. Crackpot148 says, Thanksgiving is not uniquely American. When I was a child growing up in South Wales in the 1950s, it was de rigueur to attend church or chapel on the Sabbath and other holy days. That included the Harvest Festival, which included an open-air mass gathering of all Christian denominations in a particular locale with sermons and the singing of hymns, weather permitting. It was preceded by services of Thanksgiving for that year's harvest and the blessing of donations of food to local charities from each church or chapel. The elders of the church I attended would organize a Thanksgiving feast, music, dancing in the barn of a local farmer on the Sunday before Harvest Sunday. Not all the denominations organized feasts and barn dances for their congregations, but most did. Sadly, since the UK has become more and more secular, and such celebrations are almost unheard of. See, there you go. That's the kind of thing that like really does resonate with me, because that's more in line with my family's tradition of Thanksgiving. We're not huge football fans, but we're not huge football fans. So we would always have a game on the back, but we weren't really watching it. We kind of watched the parade, but that's like a big commercial. And it was really just about the family getting together and playing games and stuff like that. So for me, it's just about family and, spending time. So I resonate with that really a lot, bringing a community together. That's really what it's about. Graham Humphreys 3086 says, maybe you should ask the turkey. Well, I mean, I can't really disagree with that, to be fair. Doug Brown, H1N, says, just another opportunity to screw more money out of the consumer, and everyone gets to sit around and tell each other how America is the greatest country in the world. Okay, you clearly never been to an American Thanksgiving. It's not anything like that. But I do agree that it gets a little bit commercialized, by far. At Thanksgiving, every immigrant American should go to the reservations bearing gifts and ensure that the few remaining indigenous people that weren't slaughtered have everything they need for a decent life. that would be a real Thanksgiving, but probably a bit too real for American Snow White self-image to deal with. Wow, there's a lot in that comment. I don't necessarily hate the idea of like recognizing the indigenous people, obviously, and recognizing everything that we did as well. I mean, I didn't do it, but my ancestors definitely were a part of it, to basically gentrify and pushed indigenous Americans off the land. But Thanksgiving is about thanking, giving thanks for a harvest and for being able to survive, and to be around people that want you to succeed. So hopefully. So I hear where you're coming from. I don't personally see Thanksgiving itself as a political holiday. I see it as a way of celebrating and giving thanks. Weedle 30 says, I just find it both strange and sad that it's the one day in a whole year where the USA folks can get to eat and enjoy a roast dinner, even if it's tasteless foul called turkey. I like turkey, actually, but okay. One of the first meals visitors from the USA visiting the UK that they desire is to sample a roasted dinner on a Sunday. Why wait a year? Have it once a week. In all fairness, your roasted dinner, it tastes completely different. I don't know why, but it just does. I mean, definitely there's different, obviously the food quality is different and you guys have different vegetables and things like that. But yeah, it just tastes different. It's a different vibe here. Plus you have Yorkshire. And I'm not going to say anymore because you guys already know. J Summers 9396 says, I'm pretty certain the indigenous people of America don't celebrate Thanksgiving. It's probably the most ironic and pointless celebration on the planet, and quite telling that only Americans celebrate it. Rolling your eyes emoji. Oh, I did reply to this. This is when I looked it up. Canada, Brazil, and Australia all celebrate Thanksgiving as well. Look, it's considered, I don't know if people celebrate it because, I mean, when I went to Australia, I wasn't there at Thanksgiving time. I've never been to Brazil, and I wasn't in Canada at Thanksgiving time. But I know Canada has a Thanksgiving because it's on our calendars as Americans, because we have the same calendar. And so the Canadian holidays are on our American calendars. But we don't, like, we're not the only country. I think Brazil is the country that celebrates it because one of the leaders came to America during that time and really enjoyed it or something like that and thought it was a good holiday, and that's why they brought it to Brazil. I'm not 100% sure about that. I might be a little bit off. But again, for me personally, Thanksgiving is just about appreciation and eating, which I love to do, obviously. Piper Charms 7374 says, a lovely celebration for Americans, but don't expect the rest of the world to celebrate. It's an important part of your history, not ours. It's a fair assessment. If Brits want to join in, then go for it. I don't mind what other people do. I just get annoyed when I see Americans being surprised when we or other countries don't celebrate it. Like, we're not part of your country, so why would we celebrate it? It's like me going to Japan and acting surprised they don't celebrate Guy Fawkes Night. Like, why would I think they would celebrate a British celebration to do with our own history and not theirs? It feels a bit arrogant, I guess, thinking another country would celebrate as a national celebration day. I agree. Piper goes on, obviously, with some caveats about it's not every American. And while she said that she did have a look into it, and while other countries do celebrate, it's usually connected to their history in some way. I mean, if I think we could link our home country's history in a celebratory way, then we might be more inclined. It's not that we just like it or hate it. It just says we have no connection to it. That's completely fair. That's a completely fair assessment. I don't disagree with you on that. For me, like I said, Thanksgiving is about this family coming together and having some fun and eating good food. I don't really get to eat turkey other than Thanksgiving, and I don't even get to eat it now here because I'm not making it. When am I coming to a pole fitness class? We have to have a chat. We'll have a chat offline. I think you're too far, but we'll talk about it. I've really watched some of your videos though, Bex. Chris says, I spoke to my aunt last night about Thanksgiving and where she was from in the US, and all I got back was Massachusetts. So Massachusetts, yes, that's actually where the Pilgrims landed, at Plymouth Rock in Massachusetts. So the Pilgrims were the original settlers from England to America, and the Pilgrims were the ones who had the first Thanksgiving with the indigenous population. I would love to properly celebrate Thanksgiving one day, Mandy. Maybe one day, maybe one year I'll have like a big Thanksgiving feast and invite everybody. We'll see. That would be fun to do, though. It seems like a lot of work, and I'm not the best cook, so I don't know if you guys want to go there. Just making sure I'm keeping it real for you. Bex said that she missed the poll, but thinks most Brits don't even think about Thanksgiving any more than US thinks about Guy Fawkes. Totally get it, because even at work today, people were like, oh, why are you off for the next 2 days? And I was like, oh, it's Thanksgiving. They're like, oh, already? Yeah, okay. They're already like on Christmas and stuff. So this is most probable. That's why I thought my first impression of the poll was going to be that like 80 to 90% were like, I don't care. They're going to be indifferent to it. But it surprisingly wasn't. It's more like, it was more people that were like sort of interested. I wouldn't mind my aunt's only 6 years older than me. So Manny says, I'm not one of that 56%. I usually put my Christmas tree up on Thanksgiving Day and I make some nice food. I used to watch Turkey Day football, but sadly I don't watch it much anymore. Because I don't know if you're talking about American football, which I assume you are because of the emojis, but American football is terrible. It's a little bit better live, but I'm not. Like, if it's on in the background and I'm at someone's house, like, I'll watch it, but it's not something I think is interesting at all. I'd rather watch a soccer game, European football game. Chris, you remember having harvest festivals? Do they do them now? Because that would be fun. I would definitely go to one of those. Definitely go to one of those. They only have them at schools. You're a Raiders fan. Interesting. Do you want to hear a little piece of trivia? My high school had a Raider bird. It was bird, not the Raiders that you guys have, but it was the Raiders. That was their mascot. The high school I went to. That's funny. They're doing bad. I'm not 100% sure. Is Arsenal doing well? Dolphins fan, Miami. Hello, Sam K. Welcome. Thank you. Piper, welcome. Thank you for joining our Thanksgiving special. Woohoo! We have a big family together. Thanksgiving gathering. Oh, it makes me so happy. Yes, please smash a like if you have not already. You did time it well, Piper. Thank you. I don't know if you heard me reading your comment about the poll, but you did time it well. I agree, Sam. Turkey's delicious. I love turkey. we have leftover sandwiches and stuff. It's fucking great. I love it. I throw it in my omelet the next day. The Raiders were in Los Angeles. Are they not in Los Angeles anymore? You have to let us know, Manny. I'm not planning on poisoning anybody, Chris, but I'm just saying if you eat any of my dinners, you take the risk. No, it's not that bad. I'm not going to poison anybody. I just don't. I've been told that I don't have put a lot of flavor into my meals and stuff. But that's my daughter. So it could be that she just really enjoys the palate of a someone who just has an exorbitant amount of spice. Hi, TJ. Welcome. Thank you for joining. Oh, Piper said that she didn't mind giving the food away on the harvest day, but she didn't like the being forced to attend church. Yeah, I get that. I mean, I would feel a little uncomfortable with that too, but I don't know. I mean, I grew up in a religious family, and I myself was religious for a short period of time. So for me, it's a little bit easier to just kind of tune it out when I'm in those situations. But I totally understand what you mean. I know some people who are very secular who, like, it does make them uncomfortable. They will go to a church for like a wedding or something, but even then they were uncomfortable. So because they're so secular, so it felt almost like just something that they were in a difficult situation. Anyways, I don't know. Turkey curry on Boxing Day. Yeah, a lot of people will make like we don't do, obviously you guys do turkey for Christmas here a lot more often. But we didn't do turkey for Christmas, but we did because we just had it for Thanksgiving. But we would do turkey sandwiches, and I would just like heat up the leftovers and just have like another Thanksgiving dinner. But they would do turkey sandwiches primarily, and then turkey. I would have some turkey in my omelet. The next day. And then I know my dad, before he was having issues with his stomach, he would have like a turkey like in potato fry up. It would be like in a frying pan with some butter, and he would fry like leftover mashed potatoes with bits of turkey like mixed in with it and the gravy. Oh, so some schools left the church part out. I would think as time went on, that's probably something that is agreed more and more. But they should do. I think I like the idea of the harvest and the giving to the community and that kind of stuff. That's the whole point in my. Sam K, thank you so much for the super chat. I missed a joke. Maybe I just. Oh. Sam comes through with the dad joke every week. But I love you for it, Sam. Thank you. All right. Like I said, lots and lots and lots. Oh my gosh, Piper, I'm so sorry you're sick too. I hope that you're okay, and I hope that you enjoyed your trip. Did you get the infection in New Zealand? Because that sucks. Okay, bubble and squeak. That's what bubble and squeak is? Mashed potatoes and turkey? Because my dad's been having that like my entire life. But obviously up until he died. That would be hilarious. Okay, let's move on. I can sit and chat with you guys all day, and we're definitely going to have to go back to a chat day where we just go back and forth. We haven't done that in a while. Now my mind is churning. Okay, we're gonna look at some pretty ridiculous American customs because I think you guys would just get a kick out of it, or at least make fun of it. So the first one, in my opinion, is the dumbest thing Americans do, or a dumbest American tradition ever. It is the president pardoning turkeys for Thanksgiving. Let me see if I can make myself bigger. How do I normally do this? Because I'm normally really small. But can you see the screen if I do it this big? Mashed cabbage and carrot. Yeah, I didn't think it was turkey, but hey. Sam, I got all kinds of ideas coming in the new year. It's all about the new year right now, but I got you. Thank you, though. I want to say, take a time out. Thank you to Sam specifically, because he always gives me really, really great suggestions. But to anybody that makes suggestions on how we can improve the stream, we can improve the videos, things you guys want to see or you want us to do, welcome. Whether it's in the chat, whether it's in the comments, whether you send me an email, I'm all over it. I have them all cataloged. I'm working on all of them in various forms. So please keep them coming. And I love that it's like a group effort. Thank you for caring enough. I know it's really odd. So I'm going to just go back to the full screen because I want you guys to be able to see it and see how fucking ridiculous it is. But here we go.
Distinguished guests, please welcome the President of the United States, accompanied by National Turkey Federation Chairman John Zimmerman and his son Grant.
National Turkey Federation Chairman. All right, this is completely off topic, but I have to mention it just because I'm obsessed. The Marines in the background, those are United States Marines that guard the White House and the president. Well, the Secret Service guards the president, but they guard the White House, right? And there, you see that they travel with them and everything. I love their uniforms. I love their uniforms. I don't know why. They're just beautiful to me. Anyway, anytime I see them, I get a little bit like giddy, like a little schoolgirl. Anyway, thought I'd share that with you.
Well, good morning. Two turkeys are named after Delaware state flower, the peach blossom. By the way, Delaware has a long history of growing peaches. In fact, this White House tradition began when turkey was presented to President Truman. According to experts, peach weighs 41 pounds and loves to eat hot dish and tater tots and cross-country skis. You know, dreams to see, but the real dream he has is to see the Northern Lights, I'm told. He lives by the motto, keep calm and gobble on. Meanwhile, Blossom weighs 40 pounds, loves to eat cheese curds and watch boxing, dreams of to visit each one of Minnesota's 10,000 lakes. Lives by the motto, no foul play, just Minnesota nice. They just finished a 2-day road trip from Minnesota to Washington. By the way,
can we just talk about how embarrassing it is that he can't even get a sentence out without stumbling?
Well, you have chairs.
On top of the fact that this is an actual thing, an actual event that our taxpaying money goes to.
Sit down. Based on your temperament and commitment to being productive members of society, I hereby pardon Peach and Blossom. I'll now head back to Farm America, Minnesota Center for Agriculture and Interpretation. Let me close on a more serious note. This event marks the official start of the holiday season here in Washington. It's also my last time to speak here as your president during this season and give thanks and gratitude. So let me say to you, it's been the honor of my life. We're the United States of America. There's nothing beyond our capacity when we do it together. So happy Thanksgiving, America. God bless you all, and may God protect our troops. Thank you.
No idea why this is a 5-minute video, by the way. So I do like the tidbits that this this channel is giving you, like the actual history stuff. They look agitated. Like they don't look comfortable at all. These poor turkeys. Jesus.
I'm sure there's one question.
All right, that's enough of that. Seriously, I can't. I think it's this dumbest thing that we do. And we do a lot of dumb things. That's dumb. If you don't want to eat the turkey, just don't kill it. I'm a very simple person. So dumb. Oh, I can't. I just can't. All right, so we're gonna move on to the next one because I just, but I had to share that because it's so ridiculous that some people in England, well, some people that I've met who I've talked to about it, who don't know American culture and never lived there, don't believe me when I tell them that we are this ridiculous sometimes. Like, yeah, there's an actual ceremony where the president, it's like set up. You see, there's cameras, there's press, there's people given tickets to go visit it, to go watch it. Like, it's ridiculous. What a waste. What a waste. And I want the turkey. Like, I don't think they should like lay the turkey out and cut its head off in front of everybody, but like, you don't need it. It's just unnecessary. There's so much other, you're the president of the United States. I'm sure you have more important things to do. That's all. Anyway, we're going to talk about the next thing now. These are just some Thanksgiving foods you didn't know were staples in other parts of the U.S. So I just thought this would be a little bit of fun just to give you guys a little bit of background on some Thanksgiving stuff. So we're going to just scroll through this pretty quickly. So depending on where you are in the country, your menu will include wild rice casserole, derby pie, Jell-O salad, or a platter of pumpkin empanadas. Ew! Pumpkin empanadas. Seems like a waste of an empanada. Oh. With all the butter, cream, and cheese that goes into the classic carb-heavy treats, one person's Thanksgiving feast can add up to an average of 3,150 calories for one meal. Jesus. No wonder we're so fat. From corn stuffing in the South to oyster stuffing in the North, and the healthier California-style sourdough stuffing with kale and turkey sausage out West, no two regions' Turkey Day fare is exactly the same. So here's how Thanksgiving dinners differ throughout the U.S. Turkey cooking methods. You're cooking a bird that has withstood centuries. So, all right. See, I thought this was a little bit more concise. So, let's go back. Cooking up a bird as a Thanksgiving tradition that has withstood centuries, although it isn't clear exactly which kind of bird the Pilgrims cooked at the first Thanksgiving in November 1621. One of its attendants wrote that the governor set 4 men on fowling, and they killed as much fowl as, with a little help besides, served the company almost a week. It probably wasn't turkey. Today, turkey is a signature staple of the Thanksgiving smorgasbord. About 6 billion pounds of it were produced for the holiday last year. While many Americans will fire up the oven at 5 a.m. to slow roast their birds, Hawaiians might cook their birds with pineapple in a traditional underground steam cooker called an imu. Meanwhile, let me tell you, Hawaiian food is fucking banging. So anything that they do, I'm on. Meanwhile, those in the South may instead opt for the fast and often dangerous method of deep frying, which I've heard a lot more people are starting to do even up north. And I've heard it's actually fantastic and delicious. Of course, there's international influences. For some, turkey isn't the centerpiece of Turkey Day. For regions with large immigrant populations, international flavors give Thanksgiving more flair. In the Southwest, for instance, pumpkin empanadas, poblano gravy, I don't know what that is, poblano, and sweet potato tamales, that might be all right, might steal the show, according to Sunset, just as Thanksgiving menus in New Mexico and parts of Texas are no stranger to Mexican spices like chili and chipotle. Sauerkraut is a permanent fixture in Maryland's holiday buffet due to the state's German influence, according to the Baltimore Sun. That makes complete sense as well. Boasting the largest Italian-American population in the nation, New York is a different story. Those with Italian roots might serve up their own traditional Thanksgiving flair, including antipasto, manigot, and tiramisu, according to Mashable. I don't like tiramisu. I know it's huge. It's too sweet for me. It's all about the size. For me, it's all about the size. I love the turkey, but I love the sides even more. But I'm curious as to what sides they're gonna talk about. If you're from the West or the Southwest, your favorite side dish might be Grandma's frog eye salad. This sweet concoction, according to the Daily Meal, is a mixture of maraschino cherries, marshmallows, mandarin oranges, and orzo pasta. That sounds disgusting. What? At the other end of the country, the Pacific Northwest, wild mushrooms are so abundant that they've crept into a handful of savory Thanksgiving favorites, but most notably, the region's vegetarian-friendly mushroom gravy. Oh my God. I love a good mushroom gravy. I'm not huge on mushrooms, but I love a mushroom gravy. Meanwhile, in the Midwest, rarely is a Turkey Day spread without an abundance of casseroles, according to Delish, from creamy green beans topped with French fried onions to wild rice casserole. My sister used to make that green bean fried onion casserole. It's all right. Wasn't anything special in my opinion. And while Californians might celebrate with macaroni and cheese, you can't ever beat macaroni and cheese. Southerners prefer their potatoes in the form of a sweet potato casserole. Of course, no Southern feast is complete without collard greens, and this foodie holiday is no exception. Okay, sweet potato casserole, not a fan. Collard greens, oh my God. I remember the first time I had collard greens, and it was at it was a Christmas celebration, but with friends. And I had never had them before. And everybody was like watching me eat them because I apparently was the only person in the group who hadn't had them before. And I remember eating them and thinking, this is really gross and disgusting, but I want to be polite because they've cooked it for me. And everybody's watching me, so I'm like, oh, they're okay. They're gross. They were really salty, and I can't with the salt. Dessert preferences. Then there's the dessert table, with each corner of the country offering a different array of pies, cookies, and cakes. Pumpkin pie is almost as much of a Thanksgiving staple as turkey is, but according to Delish, South Carolinians are partial to sweet potato pie instead. Yeah, I've heard that. A lot of people like sweet potato pie in the South. I'm not a fan of sweet potato pie either. I'm not a big pie fan. Although pecan pie. Oh, love pecan pie. And lemon meringue pie. Banging. Okay. According to Lonely Planet, Kentuckians wash down their turkey with maybe a little bit of wild turkey. Just saying, it's a Kentucky bourbon. With a slice of Derby pie, a chocolate pie with walnuts that's rooted in horse racing traditions. Actually, that sounds pretty good. Floridians, on the other hand, celebrate their year-round sunshine with a lighter, fruitier key lime pie. That's good too. Their official state pie. I'm not surprised that a state has an official pie, but okay, I'm just going to leave it there. And according to Sauver, New Englanders opt for the ultra-heavy Indian pudding, a cinnamon and ginger cornmeal porridge oozing with molasses. All right. I'm just going to tell you straight, guys. Very few things on there sounded appetizing to me. And I don't know many of those as staples. I know the sweet potato pie, the sweet potato casserole as well, the green bean casserole, and the pumpkin pie. They're staples that I've heard of. But that salad with the fruit and the orzo pasta did not sound good. That was weird. Some of those were really weird. And I don't like anything with kale in it. Sorry. I know that that's like not PC or whatever. I don't like anything with kale in it. Bubble and Squeak is a fried roast dinner leftovers. Oh, okay. I honestly just make a new plate and heat it up. But it sounds like my dad would have definitely done the Bubble and Squeak. You had to keep clearing your throat for about 6 months, and the doctors finally told you it was a chest infection. Oh, that makes me really difficult. That makes me difficult. That makes me think, because I've had this cold, I feel like, forever. How about Royal Navy gun competition or Royal Navy manning the mast? You mean you want to watch it? I'll add it to the list. Sounds like something I would like. All right. I'll put it to the list, guys. Turkey poop on the stage is the first proof. So dumb. Bubble and Squeak with an egg on top. Ah, that sounds interesting. Yeah, I don't know how they picked the turkeys either, but it's a little bit retarded. The whole situation is, sorry, I said that was really, that's not a PC word. I don't mean to be disrespectful in any way, but it doesn't make any sense. It's a ridiculous tradition. That's what I meant. General likes G-Nor. It's an excellent comment. Thank you, Roy Cousins. That was perfection. Thank you. You prefer chicken? Is it because it's juicier? Because turkey can be a little bit dry. That might be why. I know. Most people don't know it's a thing, and it's dumb. Oh, Piper tried her first pumpkin pie when she was in New Zealand, and they seem to have more U.S. desserts out there. I wasn't sure about it at first, but you enjoyed it in the end. All right. It's sweet, right? There's a lot of sugar in it usually. I just don't really like it. It's too the spices in it I don't like. Apple crumbled lemon meringue. Chris, lemon meringue. Perfection. All right, we got some other things to do here. So this one, you guys are going to make me extend our live stream to like a 2-hour gig. All right, so this one is, how did the Pilgrim Fathers communicate with the natives? Now, I have not seen this yet, so this will be interesting. I hope it's funny. You know, this is so crazy, right? A lot of people think that. It's so insane.
It's a trick question, wasn't it?
Americans don't know anything about their own freaking history. It's so depressing. It's just a matter of the settlers just wanting more land, and these people were in their way. No kidding. Not gonna lie to you guys, I didn't know that. I mean, I knew the story of Squanto and the first Thanksgiving, but I didn't realize that he had been captured a few times and actually went back and forth from England like 3 times or 6 times. That's crazy. Oh, is he an American? Did I fuck that up? Oh, well, that's why his accent was so funny. All right. Pigs in blankets are huge here in Britain. Like, you all get obsessed over pigs in the blanket. I don't get it. I mean, all right. No, hold on. Let me process it for a second. I just literally came to this conclusion. You love sausages, so that makes sense. And you love your bacon sandwiches and stuff, so that makes sense as well. So now that I'm thinking it through a little bit more, probably for the first time ever, I get it. It actually makes complete sense. Never mind. I'm not on my best game today, are you? Am I? You might have sent me the videos, Chris. You sent me a lot, and I do have them all. I just haven't gotten a chance to get through them all, but I'm working on it. Some of them are a little bit long, so I don't know if they're appropriate for a stream. But my sister cooks a ham joint and a turkey crown. I cook everything else and a chicken. 11 adults for Christmas dinner. Whew. It's a lot of work. I like going to someone's house for Thanksgiving and offering to help and making a salad usually. I'm so bad. To be fair, my mom almost always made Thanksgiving dinner because she loved to do it. So I was kind of spoiled in that regard, to be honest. He's American. Okay, so it's Bill Bailey is brilliant. Worked on one of his gigs. That's Chris for you guys. Of course you did, Chris. You have an amazing past. Farmer Palmer, G off my land. I don't know what that is, but it sounds funny. My eldest son will eat 10 pigs in a blanket. We go through 88 pigs in a blanket on Christmas Day. God, I told you, you guys are obsessed. Obsessed. I'm not a fan, but I don't like your bacon that much, to be honest. I have a hard time. The streaky bacon I can get behind a bit because it's not as, I think because it's, a smaller sliver, it's not salty. So I think that's my issue with your bacon is there's a lot of salt in it, which is ham in general has a lot of salt. So that's probably not exclusive to you guys. It's just that our bacon is crap, right? So they cook it with sausages with the bacon. Like a real like a full size sausage you're talking about with the full bacon wrap around it. I think that would probably be better. I don't know. I don't even know if I've had them here, to be honest. I'm not a big fan, so. All right, let's watch some British high schoolers try Thanksgiving dinner for the first time. Definitely curious about your thoughts about this and what they think as well. Wait, what's the head boy? What is that? What's a head boy? Okay. And they think it's on the 4th of July. I wonder why they think that. Why would you think it's on the 4th of July? Just because it's an American thing? All right. There is this place. We lived outside of Philly for a long time. Philly is short for Philadelphia in Pennsylvania, like the birthplace of America, the United States of America. Anyway, they have this convenience store / gas station, petrol station, that you can make your own sandwiches. So you can literally pick your bread and all that kind of stuff, and then they'll make it fresh for you. And they have this time of year, they have the turkey gobbler, and I'm pretty sure that's what this is, or a version of this. And it's banging. It's so good. So good. So it's turkey, stuffing, mashed potatoes, a slice of bread with some gravy on it, cranberry sauce, maybe some veg. That is up to you. Oh, you did not enjoy that sandwich. It's not what it sounds like. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's just a bunch of sweet potatoes or yams with marshmallows baked on top of it. It's gross. They're it's disgusting. They're not good together. I don't know why people do it. I don't know why it's a staple either. Unless it's like a because it's easy and sweet. I don't know. You think you're eating vegetables? I don't know. It's so gross. I don't know how people can like this. That's how. Yeah, that's how they know. That makes more sense. Oh, it's making me want pecan pie so bad. Oh, it's so good. Eat that whole friggin' thing by myself. Oh, 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 he doesn't know what a pecan is. Oh, he is about to get a treat. All right, pecan pie, my favorite pie of all time. I would eat pecan pie every single day. You know, if I was, because I'd be 700 pounds, or I don't know, 25 stone, whatever it was. But pecan pie, amazing. Get pecan pie from a southern home, like a southern woman making you pecan pie in America. They do it all fresh, and it's so good. So good. Oh, he was my favorite. Now he's not. Oh, disappointing. you fucking kidding me that I'm so bad at this that I was not even screen sharing? Was I not screen sharing? Oh! I didn't click the button. And that was fantastic. I don't know what else to say except I am sorry that I am so bad at this. Oh, that was so good too. Oh. I literally just looked at the comments. That's how I knew. I was like, what is going on? Why are the comments going insane? Why are they calling me out? Oh. You don't have to feel sorry for me, Chris. It's okay. I did it to myself. It's fine. Do you guys want to see the video? Because I'll just play the video for you guys and I won't even comment. If you're watching this later, the video will be in the link. A link will be in the description box below. It is really funny and I recommend it. They're talking. I can't even. I give up. I can't believe it. The video was almost over too. God damn. All right. Clearly, this is not something that I do full time. I'm sorry, you guys. I'm sorry that I suck so bad, but at least you got a good laugh out of it. Oh, I spent so much time organizing this shit, and I just F it up at the very last minute. I was like, why is the chat going insane at me? Why are they yelling at me? All right. All right. It's so embarrassing. I obviously just learned to stream yesterday. Oh, God. No, you don't have to apologize. When I say yelling, I don't mean like mean yelling. I just mean like, why are they trying to get my attention kind of yelling? Okay. Yeah, don't worry. I will. I don't know. What do you guys think? Poll. Should I cut that out as a blooper and not put this whole entire stream up and just put that part out? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay. My apologies for sucking at this so bad. Anyways, either maybe I'll cut it out and put up the thing without. Is that what you're talking about, Chris? And just leave that for you guys that came on live. Start dating Sheldon Cooper. Fun with Flags? Sheldon Cooper? Is that what you're talking about? Put it out, but link it to the full thing. Oh, whew. Oh, that one's gonna haunt me. That one's gonna haunt me. If I am lucky enough to continue to do this channel years from now, you guys are gonna bring that up as your favorite moment. We're gonna do, I know at some point we're gonna do like a favorite moments like poll, and I know y'all are gonna do that. Big Bang Theory. Yeah, Sheldon Cooper, Fun with Flags. I don't know why I should be dating him though. Is he gonna make it easier for me to stream? I actually just rewatched that. Actually. Thank you for the support, TJ and Chris. Oh, all right. I'm gonna just reboot for a second. Back into my Zen mode. Okay. I highly recommend that you go and watch that video because it was very informative and entertaining. So we're going to move on. I wanted to share a couple things with you before we go, actually. So the first thing I wanted to share was something that I was thinking about the other day. For us, as a family, like I said, it's a big family thing for us, Thanksgiving. And it's a little different now. Obviously, my father's passed away and my sister's passed away, and I live here. So obviously, we don't do an annual Thanksgiving anymore at my parents' house. But I was thinking about all of the Thanksgivings we've had. And a lot of them were kind of the same thing. We would get there. My mom's already started dinner. Football be playing in the background. No one's watching it, but it's playing in the background. And, me and my sister would be helping my mom as the kids are running around or whatever. When the kids were there beforehand, we would just be drinking and helping out with the last minute details of the dinner. We sit and have dinner, have some chat, and then we'd play a game or something like that. That was our family time. Maybe watch a movie, something along those lines. Fairly low key for us. Obviously, as the kids came into the play, got a little bit more involved and whatnot. But we started. My very favorite Thanksgiving was one year for Christmas. Myself and my sister decided to take all of the kids to Disney World as a big family vacation. And my parents came, everybody went together. We rented a house together, all that stuff. And Thanksgiving, that we decided to tell them at Thanksgiving because it was going to be in a couple weeks. It was like a couple weeks before Christmas that we planned it. And so we made it a game for them. We did like a scavenger hunt where they had to kind of find pieces of a puzzle. And then when we put the puzzle together, it said, Merry Christmas, we're going to Disney World. And it was really amazing because they really, really enjoyed it, the game as well. It was one of the last things that my sister and I kind of put together for the kids before she died. And not only did they enjoy the game and the whole process, but they were so excited to be able to go to Disney World. And then we were able to do this family vacation, which ended up being the last family vacation that all of us were able to attend. And it was one of the last times that the entire family was in a good place. And we just really enjoyed it. It was so amazing to be able to do that for the kids and to see how excited they were for it. And it was that Thanksgiving itself, it just always will stand out in my mind. I can see the kids running around now looking for the pieces, trying to find them, trying to put the puzzle together, trying to figure it out. And I can, my oldest niece was the one who actually figured out the puzzle. And I can see the look on her face with her a couple teeth missing and her smile, and just looking up at my sister and saying, "Oh my God, we're going to Disney World," and the excitement on her face, and the kids, other kids realizing it as we were doing, you know, as she was telling everybody what the puzzle was about. And it's just really beautiful. I think I have a video of it somewhere, but it's archived because it's, you know, it's just old on an old device or whatever. But I was just thinking about that the other day, and that was a really, really beautiful memory. And that was definitely my favorite Thanksgiving I've ever had in my life so far. And I just wanted to share that with you guys, because I know I share a lot of, when I share personal stuff, it tends to be a lot of stuff I'm struggling with and a lot of stuff that's kind of a downer. So I did want to share a happy memory with y'all. So that's one of my happiest memories of my life, to be fair, but it's definitely my happiest Thanksgiving ever. So, and it was really, really, it, like I said, it ended up being, we didn't know it at the time, obviously, but it ended up being extremely poignant point in all of our lives as well. So that's my favorite Thanksgiving memory. I would ask you guys to say what your favorite Thanksgiving memory is, but I'm afraid you'll say when I tried to share a video about high schoolers eating American Thanksgiving food, and I didn't. Anyway, the last thing that I wanted to share with you guys today was one of the traditions that we did, especially when the kids came, but even before they came, before we sat down to eat, my mom was pretty religious, so she would always want to say grace. But as we got older, we weren't as religious, me, my sister, and our partners. So we turned it, she would always say a quick little grace like prayer before we ate, but then we would turn it to everybody saying things that they're thankful for the year. And since that's what the holiday really is about, in my opinion, I wanted to kind of do that with you guys. This is purely personal, again, so if you want to turn off the stream now, that's fine, I understand. But it's not going to be long, but I just wanted to run over a few things that I'm thankful for this year, because it has been a tough year, but I do have things that I am grateful for. And the first is that I even have this opportunity to live in another country, which I never thought I would leave my state, let alone the country. And my very first time leaving the state was when I went away to college on my own, obviously vacations and stuff, but on my own was when I went away to college, and I was really homesick and I struggled. So I didn't know if I was ever going to be able to do anything like that again. And when we moved to Pennsylvania, it wasn't that far from from New Jersey, right? It's just the next state over. And I was familiar with Pennsylvania from family living there, vacationing there. So I thought that'd kind of be as far as I'd go, maybe a couple trips to England, right? But that's it. But now I get to live here, and there's so many privileges that come along with living here that I never thought I'd get to experience. So I'm very grateful that I have the opportunity to live here. I'm very grateful I have an opportunity to stay another 2.5 years, and hopefully longer, and that I get to take advantage of those privileges. I am very thankful for having this amazing YouTube community that not only keeps me honest and calls me out when I need to be called out, in all fairness, but isn't afraid to challenge me, especially if they think I'm doing something wrong, saying something wrong, or have the wrong take, or maybe I don't have all the right information. But also just that you're supportive, not just of me, but of the rest of the people in the community. That you stand up for each other in the comments and in the chat. You make sure everybody's doing okay, and that, you know, y'all care. You're good people, and I'm really, really lucky to have you all here. And it's a huge part of my life now. And I feel very grateful that I can, share these things with you, and that I have all of you to help me through some of this stuff. I'm also very thankful for my health. So far, I'm in pretty decent shape. And my sanity, for the most part, I'm staying still. But I'm thankful that I'm not, I don't have any major health issues in any way at the moment, and that my struggles are minimal. So I'm thankful for that as well. I'm thankful for my partner, who is not really part of my YouTube channel in most ways, but supports it in every way behind the scenes that they can. My emotional rock, and my best friend, and the second best thing that's ever happened to me. And lastly, I'm mostly thankful for my daughter, who is definitely the most important person in my life. Who has taught me more than I would have ever learned without having her, and who reminds me how old I am, which I appreciate, and also reminds me of how far I've come and where I've come from, and keeps me up on what the trends are and stuff, because I wouldn't know otherwise. But I'm very thankful for all of that. And that's my Thanksgiving special. So I'm just gonna end with the last words here. Something actually that my daughter said to me earlier today that I think was very poignant when we were talking about the first Thanksgiving. And she said, "It doesn't make sense to me why people don't celebrate Thanksgiving in America simply because of its origin. You can still celebrate the holiday by giving thanks. It doesn't mean that you're okay with what happened to the Native Americans," which I agree with 100%. You can disagree with the treatment of the population. You can disagree with, or hate the myths that have been passed down about the tradition and the stories of the original Thanksgiving. But you can still take the time to appreciate everything you do have that's positive, and to just be grateful for what you do have that's positive. And sometimes it's, some years it's not, you wish you had more, or it's less than you have had in the past, and less than you hope you have in the future, but that doesn't mean that they're any less valuable. So taking the time to acknowledge that, I think, is extremely important in life. And I don't think it should be limited to one day of the year, and or even one country or one place. I think in my opinion, the whole premise of Thanksgiving and just stopping to appreciate is something that is universal. It should be universal. And if we could all just take a little bit of time to be a little bit more grateful about the positive things in our life, and appreciate the people that give us value, and bring us joy, then maybe we can make our little corners of the world a better place for ourselves and the people we care about. And especially in the world that we're living in right now, that is so tumultuous and uncertain and scary, to be honest. Maybe if we make our little corner a little bit better by taking those times to really stop and think things through and appreciate the good stuff and focus on the good stuff, then maybe we can help make the world a little better for everybody. To me, that's what I do at Thanksgiving. I am thankful for the memories I have, thankful for what I have in my life now that's positive, and thankful for the opportunities that are coming, and try to just reset and regroup, to make the next year even better. I try to do it throughout the year. I'm not always successful, but it does get easier the more you do it. So I hope that if you take nothing away from tonight other than the fact that I suck, You take that with you. As always, I really appreciate you guys joining me tonight. I hope you had a good time. And I hope you have a great rest of your week. All right. Make sure you guys stay safe. Take care of yourselves. Sean MC and Piper, I hope you guys get better soon. Please keep us posted. And I'm going to end it there this week, you guys. I will talk to you guys next week. Enjoy yourselves. Bye.